It's called Advanced Answering Techniques. So it is 3 professional people explaining to other people how to answer different questions, a multiple variety of questions. Advanced Answering Techniques.
Hello and welcome to Advanced Answering Techniques. This is the podcast where we take user questions.
Thank you.
And we answer them definitively, ironclad, with a sense of style. And you know, just kind of an effervescent attitude.
Effortless.
Yeah.
Like, does that mean effortless?
Just kind of bubbly.
Bubbly.
Like,
There's a
refreshing.
sparkle.
So
Yeah,
a little
a little
bit.
sparkle.
Oh, a sparkle to it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you feel effortless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it lightens, it uplifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really uplifting. Do you guys have any other attributes that you'd like? This is Caleb, by the way.
Yeah. I'm Caleb. My name's Caleb.
And then we've got Gabe.
Hi.
And did you guys have any other attributes you wanted to add to sort of that growing list?
Yeah. I think. I mean, it's like they're like we're prescient.
Prescient.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just like seeing the future.
Right. Yes.
Like talking about like stuff we say kind of comes to pass.
Yeah. I that is a good point. I think we had a good example last week
Oh,
of something that was really prescient. Don't
Yeah.
you, Caleb?
I do, and I think that, but I'm having trouble.
It was something you
Explaining.
said.
What that
You said something that came true.
that came true, which
Yeah.
was I don't remember. This is kind of the hard thing about when you're prescient.
Right.
It's like
Is
you're
dividing out.
you're kind of like separated from time.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it's hard to go back. You can go
Right.
forward.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and it
And
just
be
kind
in
of
the
all
present.
blends together. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, obviously this happened.
Yeah.
Because I
It's
said it.
happening now. So
Right.
what? So if it's happening now, what is it?
Yeah.
Right. If it
Didn't
yeah.
you say we were going to do another podcast next week?
I don't recall even saying that.
You don't see that's
Yeah, I mean, I could easily have said that.
Yeah.
We've done this week after week for a very
Yeah.
long time.
yeah.
Longer
mean-
than anyone said we would.
Yes. Well, yes, for sure.
It's
Yes.
true. We
Other
said,
people. There was a betting pool among our friends and
Yeah.
family, and people have lost money.
We've all lost.
you know what? Wouldn't that have been cool if people had cared and thought they woke you? I don't think anyone.
Caring enough
Thought.
to wager, your mortgage on the failure of your friends. True friendship.
Anything else we need to cover up top here, guys?
I don't think so.
Big week for anybody.
We had St. Patrick's Day
St.
this
Patrick's
past
Day.
weekend. That was,
was
lively.
good.
Yeah.
Bangers and mash and whatnot.
Yeah.
Little potatoes.
Yeah,
Little
those little
tiny
cinnamon-covered potato coconut mois.
Yeah.
Coconut.
Cream cheese and coconut.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, the coconut.
Oh yes.
Coconut.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have something. I know. We were kind of having trouble last week finding zipper noise,
Okay.
so I found some other kind of stand-ins. Maybe.
Okay,
I'm
interesting. We're going to audition some zipper noises.
I'm going through. I'm using one set of sound effects. So I'm not just
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find something that works from
Okay.
this set.
Okay,
This is
I
kind
can
of
give
what
you
I
kind of a
found.
setup for it. Okay.
Okay.
Up. Taking pictures out of the.
Just wait. Let me get to the
okay,
right
okay.
one.
Sorry, what?
Up. Somebody's. We're going to take pictures at this wedding that I'm at. Up.
Sort of a winch.
That's up. Now I was
Yes.
able to get my zipper down so I can adjust my shirt through my zipper.
Okay, so you got it down. Okay, now we're about to take the picture, though.
Now,
It's like a zip tie.
I got it up.
Z.
Yeah,
It's a lot faster going up.
it
Yeah.
is. It is. Gabe, you got a scenario?
Oh man. Oh my gosh. When would you unzip? anything. When in my life do I unzip things? Hey, looks like you need some help putting your zip up cowgirl boots on. Now you're all ready to go play outside. When you come back in,
Kind
we'll
of
have
trouble. Kind of tricky.
Yeah.
getting
It's
those
really
cowboy boots
they're,
on.
they're
The zipper's kind of
thigh-high cowboy
yeah,
boots.
insanely
and it's
high.
kind of a spiraling zipper.
Yeah.
It's troublesome.
Yeah.
Got another one? One more. This last one. Oh, pleasant morning on my camping trip. Time to go out and see the world. Okay, I'm going to make some coffee.
That is quite a tent.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah, it's a huge tent.
huge tent.
Very dope. It's like a 3-story tent.
It's a 3-story tent, and you're like, gotta open up the entire side.
I can't leave. There's just one zipper.
so
and
anyway.
yeah.
Those are the zipper. I thought those were good.
We have a lot of good options.
Your zippers now.
Yeah.
I like the ones that are shortest. Probably.
You like those? Okay,
Those are
okay.
probably
We
my
shouldn't
vote.
use that one.
I mean, that one does have its utility, as we've seen.
Yeah. 3-story tent.
3-story
What else are you
tent.
gonna use?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Guys, maybe it's time to get right into the question. This is kind of an interesting one. This will be tough for new listeners, people who are just tuning in for the first time this week, to get a
It's kind of a
headline.
saga.
Yeah, because this relates to last week's question. We have one of our great contributors, collaborators, Joy, is married to Steven. Joy, guys, does the phrase shots fired seem apt in this situation?
I think so. A shot
Yeah.
across the
Shots-
bow.
Shot across the bow
Shots
from
zapped.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Shocks.
Fired.
Shocks fired.
Shocks zapped.
Shots across the bow.
I think I'll stick with mine. Shots zapped.
So Joy asked how many times it's appropriate to let your wife be electrocuted before you call an electrician.
Yes.
And that is a good question. We answered it definitively. And this week, Stephen, it seems related. Stephen's response seems related.
Definitely.
Sometimes we are, Joy has complained that we're nicer to Stephen than we are to Joy. And I don't think that's necessarily true. We just try to kind of give everybody their best representation.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Best foot forward. To do that for Stephen, I did want to do a little bit of I did write a poem. It's a little bit
Okay.
longer than some of the poems I've done in the past.
Is it as long as that zipper on the tent?
Well, we could find out.
Want to race?
Just a race. No, it's man against machine, real John Henry situation. Okay, so let me read this. This is called Stephen. Stephen is strong as an ox. Wouldn't want to challenge strong Stephen to box. But even swole Stephen can admit he needs help, has questions to ask. He can't answer himself. He bends his jacked knee, bows down his built head. Please help me, guys, stout Stephen man said. But then Stephen lies down, as soft as a lamb, and we pat his sweet pate, give him biscuit with jam. So we marvel at how very fragile indeed we've made the strong one. We've weakened this Steve. If we wanted, we could strike, we could smash his big brain, could abandon his corpse to the birds and the rain. Lovely then, isn't it? Quite a fait accompli that we wield power light, the staff of AAT.
It paints a rich portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen's
a little scene.
Stephen's something of a gym rat.
Yes.
Yes.
And so that was kind of my inspiration.
But you said he's an ox.
I said he's strong as an ox.
Yeah.
Because he's a gym
rats.
rat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Gym rats are as strong as oxen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like proportionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were the size of it, like if you take the ratio between man and ox,
Right.
and you shrunk yourself down
Right.
to rat proportion,
Right. Right.
that would be a good farming animal.
Oh yeah.
A rat.
A rat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
If you shrunk yourself down,
Yeah.
you're strong as
Yeah,
an ox.
just several yoke of rats.
Yeah.
Yoke up those
it's like
rats.
it's like a cute like Smurf farm or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're not supposed to yoke rats and gerbils on the same
No,
yoke.
that's not
That's
allowed.
unequally yoked.
Unequally,
Right.
unequally
As we
yoked.
know,
Yeah.
the Smurfs have
Yeah.
laws.
Yes, they do. They have their own take on Levitical law.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that's kind of the idea there, is that even though Stephen's very strong, he still can come to us and say, "Hey guys, I need
Yes.
some
Yeah.
help." I did
I
mention
see.
there's some. I mean, I don't want to be too nice to Stephen, but I did call him. We were talking about how strong he is,
Yeah.
and then also I said he had a big brain,
Yeah,
Yep.
which I think those are both true.
You kind of have to have strength if you're going to have a big brain
Right.
to lug that thing around.
Yeah.
well, and the brain is a muscle,
The brain's a
Right.
muscle.
so
Yeah.
if you're strong in every other muscle except for your brain
Yeah.
muscle, then
Are you
is
that
strong actually the label?
Right. You
Yes.
haven't really developed yourself.
And what
You
would
haven't
be the
developed.
term you use for someone who has next to no brains and a bunch of muscle?
Um,
What would you call that person, Gabe?
dumb as an ox.
Dumb as an ox.
Yeah.
And then the strength is inferred.
Yeah,
Well, no, because I mean they're dumb as an ox. Yeah, no, I don't think that. I think you would
But
say
you would
strong
say
as an ox and also dumb as an ox.
but
Gonna
then
have to say an ox twice.
that does introduce kind of an issue about being as strong as an ox, because that might mean the same as dumb
Dumb as an ox.
yeah.
But not
I
in
don't
this. I mean, Josh clarified that
Yeah,
for
he's got a big
Steven's
brain.
Yeah,
sake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen's not just
Smart as a rat, dumb as an ox.
Yeah.
I mean,
smart. Right.
when we think we know which one I
Well,
am,
hey guys, have you ever seen rats do those mazes?
they're pretty good at them.
Pretty impressive.
They're pretty good at them.
Yeah.
They've figured them out. Frequently, they do.
They do. They've got a real good sense of
They're
that.
passing around cheat codes.
Guys, let's get right into it and let's listen to Stephen's question.
It's the CEO of the Lime Gang, Wet Lime Gang. Sorry, feeling a little dry. Hard to get the wet in there. Grapefruit. I'm running into an issue where my wife has started to buy things for the house. She started to spend money on trays and baskets and organizers and hooks. And so our house is becoming more organized, which is good. I love that. There are chalkboards on the walls with lists of things. But some of that money I was planning on spending on more important, more pressing repair needs, some of them electrical. So I'm wondering, how do I keep my wife from spending money on things that we don't need, so that I can spend it on things that we do need, things that might help the house not catch on fire and burn down while we're sleeping. Okay, thanks, bye.
Thank you. Come again.
Yes, thank you, Stephen.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, returning fire.
Yes.
Right there.
yeah.
I'd say.
Returning. Yeah, that's right. Shocks.
Yes.
Shocks returned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The circuit is complete.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to do something.
You
with
don't
a
want it to
circuit.
go the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain.
You don't want the electricity. You want it to go on a loop, right? In a circuit. You
Yeah.
don't want the electricity to go the other way.
To
That
go
would
the other
blow
way.
up. That would blow up what
Backwards
you're doing.
when the
Yeah.
electricity goes backwards,
When
then it blows up.
No good. When electricity goes backwards, it is like
It just takes a while. Yeah,
okay,
right. Yeah.
Ultimately, yes.
Ultimately,
After some time, yes.
you can kind of see it inch along like an inchworm.
Right.
The electricity's inching along the wrong way.
Yeah.
And
And
then
Steven was CEO of the Wet Lime Gang back in the day.
can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Grapefruit to you, Stephen.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit to you.
Was that? That was. I knew you guys would know what that was.
I don't know what it
I don't-
is.
You don't know what it
I
is?
don't
No.
remember it.
Huh. It's just a greeting in the Wet Lime Gang.
Oh, right.
Okay, that has
Scene.
completely
Yeah.
escaped my memory.
Yeah.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit to you. Man, that sounds like a pretty good podcast.
I love
to
that we're
listen to.
I love that we're getting callbacks from podcasts. There's lore that we just have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you, Stephen.
Yes.
For your Stephen's an ox.
Mm.
He's a gym rat. He's also something of an elephant. He doesn't forget.
Yes. That's true. He doesn't forget.
Yeah.
He doesn't forget. The yeah, I was thinking about that. What if you wanted to work out in in like formal attire?
Uh-huh.
Would you be called a James rat?
That's funny.
Yeah. You're in correct evening wear.
Yes. You've got your
Black tie,
tails.
white tie, doesn't matter. Either one.
Either one. It's just you gotta have tie at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got your tails. You flick your tails out before you grab the bar.
A squat.
Yeah.
Squat press. It's good.
You spring
Yep.
up.
Yep. I think we should work out some kind of an arrangement where we try to promote this activity in conjunction with a dry cleaner.
Oh, that is a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
How would we even do? I mean, it's a great idea because they're going to need, multiple times a week. You're going to need to get your
Right.
You're going to
black
need to
tie
get this stuff.
clean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a man at the door checking to make sure you're wearing the right clothes and they're not all sweaty and gross.
Well, and then they might have something on hand. Like if you go to a restaurant, you don't have a jacket, and they're like, "Sir, can I
We
interest you?"
require a
go
jacket
in-
and tie.
you go in
we
with-
can provide one if you need
Yeah.
it.
And then they show you, and it's like just so disgusting. Drip,
You
a little
go to
drip
the
of
gym.
a bead of sweat at the very end of the tie,
You
gathering
go to
over
the gym
weeks.
expecting to be able to work out in your button-up shirt with a tie on. And they go,
Yeah.
no.
There are
slacks.
standards.
You're wearing some excellent Italian wool pants
Yeah.
and wingtip shoes, cufflinks.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you must put this.
Too casual.
Yeah.
What would that place be called?
Man, there's so many good options for the name of a black tie.
Putting
gym.
up the Ritz.
Oh, that's
Oh.
good.
That's my contribution.
Dressed to the 90
Just to the
pound or
dumbbells.
something. Yeah, something.
Yeah,
What's-
something with probably something with dumbbells.
Probably.
Yeah. Dumbbells of the ball. Is it dumbbells of the ball?
Oh, good.
I mean, that might be a ladies'
Dumbbells
one.
of the ball.
That's the ladies'
The
hour.
ladies, where they
That's
wear
not the
evening
name of
gowns.
Evening gowns.
yeah.
evening gowns.
Yeah.
Floor length with a
Yeah.
train.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're
Just doing
spinning.
box
They're
squats.
spinning.
Yeah.
No, I think they're spinning.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But they have the long white gloves.
Oh yeah.
And everything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're yellow
Yeah.
at this point, just with sweat.
So gross. Yeah. If you don't have
Well,
gloves.
no. That's the whole thing. Is
They're getting
they're
clean.
getting them dry cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
We are making
so
money
then,
from.
So then, what is that
this.
business called?
the dry cleaning business?
yeah.
Well, it's just whatever. Confederated Laundry.
Okay. It
not-
doesn't, yeah.
it's
It
not
doesn't
special.
matter. It's not like
Yeah.
they'll take anything. They're not like, wait, is this sweaty or just dirty?
Right. They don't distinguish between the two.
They're used to cleaning
Discriminate.
sweaty, evening gowns.
They're going to do a
and
better job if it's
tuxes.
just sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're used to it. I mean, that happens anyway.
Or
That's my
chalk.
point.
There's chalk too.
Yeah. You'll dance your sweet little behind off at a wedding,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
and
True.
it'll be sweaty.
Way less alcohol stains, that kind of stuff from this
Right.
place. But
That's true.
I just like to think of a man with a top hat on and
Yeah.
tail and coat,
Yeah.
coat and tails, coat with what is it? Coat and tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
doing
he's just-
dips,
He's just going to town on the chin up.
chin ups.
Just doing chin ups. You see his tails flutter.
Yeah. Yeah. Fluttering in the breeze. What I wonder what that would sound like. Yeah. That's good. I was
That's
waiting
the
for
tails of the coat fluttering.
I was kind of waiting for that.
Ooh.
Well, okay, let's see if we could find one of those. We're looking for a fluttering sound.
Yeah, pretty close.
That's okay. Guys.
Yes.
Maybe we should move on to kind of deal with some more of the substance of Stephen's question. Stephen,
Obviously, we've laid a pretty good groundwork.
groundwork. We've kind of explored some of the real life. We do like to do that to kind of set it up.
Yeah,
Yes.
now we can really dig in.
Now we can get silly.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
No, it's time for me to be silly.
I like that.
silly time.
Silly time.
Silly gong.
Yep.
But Stephen is wondering what to do. His wife is improving their home, but it costs money to organize.
Hooks.
Did you say hooks? Yeah. I mean, she's probably buying some hooks.
I mean,
Said
that's
baskets,
what I
hooks,
when I think of
there's
organization.
chalkboards, lists
hooks.
on the chalkboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a kind of surprising take on this.
Did he say trees? She's buying trees?
Like a
Trees?
shoe tree.
I don't know. I think he said trees.
I don't remember that. but
Trays.
I don't know.
Three trees?
Like trays. Like a tray
Tray?
for a desk.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was trees, but maybe we'll have to
Stephen,
ask
get back to
Stephen
us on
or
that one.
Joy, let us know.
She's buying threes.
She's buying trays. Yeah. I mean, I have no idea what. If that's what it is, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Well put. Well put.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do aspire for clarity.
Yes.
So that's causing Stephen to not be. Stephen seems to be saying if Joy wants to not get electrocuted,
Yes. Well, it was even more than just her not being electrocuted.
that's right. But it seems like this is in response
Yes.
Yes.
to
I see.
what Joy's last question. So Stephen, this is Stephen coming back and saying, "Hey, listen,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
if you don't want to be electrocuted,
There's a part you have
right,
play
to
in
play
this.
here because there's only so much money to go around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
This is a little delicate
It is. It's
Because-
It's tricky.
it's very delicate.
because I'm not trying. Like, listen, maybe buying a couple baskets. Some of us live at that margin,
yeah.
Where it'll push
Yeah.
you to not.
into the red.
Right.
Yeah. The kind of people who it's like they've had a car for a while
Right.
and they paid $1,000 down.
Right.
They can afford a couple baskets.
Right. Right.
Mhm. Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not this couple.
No,
that
I'm
we're
just
talking
saying
about.
that
It's a different couple.
Yeah.
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 Get a couple baskets.
Yeah.
But some people. Again, I'm trying to be sensitive here.
Sure.
Live at
Certainly.
at that margin.
Yeah.
So instead of
It sucks. You don't want to choose between
Dude.
baskets and burning to death.
and burning
Yeah.
to death,
No. No.
that's the reality in kind of the world we live in today, in the current economic situation. So you're making choices like this.
Yeah.
We're all a little bit closer to this. Some are right there.
Mhm.
Yep. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gabe.
No.
I was just setting it up for you.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Well, this is a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
I like
it
it.
is. I think
Lots
it
of
does.
confidence.
It
Lots of
frames-
confidence going in.
It frames, and it might actually frames the question well. It might actually, it frames our potential answer. It might actually be helpful to kind of alleviate some of the stress that we might be feeling about the sensitivity of the thing, which is he does say that it's nice.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
additional organizational
Okay.
purchases
Yes.
and touches that Joy has been up to.
Right.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And that is something I think we need to hold on to throughout this. Is that ultimately he
Yes.
thinks it's nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And he likes it, and he's into these changes.
Yeah.
But
Order
There's-
of priorities is
there's
what he's
it's
concerned
a question of just priority.
Which I take issue with his order of priorities.
okay.
you do.
A little bit here.
Can we get into
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Can we get into that?
Let's get into it.
Okay. Josh?
This is a good point.
Yeah. By the way, Gabe, I did think that was a good point.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you earlier about being about it being
Yeah,
nice.
being nice.
Him
Yes.
thinking it's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. That
He
was a
thinks
good
it's
point.
nice
I
what
thought
his
that was a
wife is
good
doing.
point.
Yeah.
We can't lose sight of that.
No.
I think it's vital what she's doing, and I think it's actually the first step. If their home is in such disarray that there's just stuff everywhere,
Right.
and their electricity
Okay.
is going wild,
Mm.
that's like a
Yeah.
perfect scenario.
It's a
for
yes.
this
Right.
place to go.
It's a
up.
tinderbox.
It's a tinderbox.
Maybe we don't know where they store their old newspapers.
right
And maybe until Joy bought a newspaper basket
or hooks.
or newspaper hook, they've been storing the old newspapers, their stacks and stacks of old newspapers,
Yep.
on the stove.
Yeah.
That is shocking people and
Yeah.
potentially,
You
igniting
should
a
take
stack
care.
of
It's a cheaper
newspaper.
thing. Order of priorities.
Yeah.
You get some hooks. You get hooks of all different sizes.
Yeah.
Now you're organizing
Yeah.
things.
You got your magazine hooks.
Yeah.
You got your newspaper.
exactly.
Your periodical.
periodical book. Your TV guide
Yeah.
hooks.
Your quarterly review hooks.
right.
your academic journals.
Yeah.
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 So you've got all these hooks all around, and now your paper goods are safe away
Right.
from this.
Where they should
now
be
you can start
hanging from
saving
hooks on
money.
the wall.
Now you can start saving money. You've gotten rid of the immediate peril,
Yeah.
of some of this stuff.
Right.
And some people might say, "Hey, why are you doing this?"
Right. Well,
They
there's
might come over and say, "What's going on?"
Are things okay?
and it's like the way that I feel about it personally is, do I think that when you're answering a question like this, when you're trying to deal with a problem like this,
Yeah.
do you want to strike at the root?
And that's where I was.
And not
Caleb,
necessarily,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Not every time.
Because-
so people might say,
Yeah.
strike at the root of this problem. The root
Yeah.
is the house, the electricity in
electricity.
the house is going to catch on fire.
Yeah.
So who cares about what you're doing with your newspapers? Just
Right.
stop the house from catching
Yeah.
on fire.
Right.
Yeah, if your house, if the
Yeah.
electricity in your house is in good working order, you should totally be able to just stack your old newspapers on the stove.
On the
No
stove.
problem.
Yep.
There
Yeah,
shouldn't
you're
be any
not
issue
worried
with that.
anymore.
Right there next
Yeah.
to your encyclopedia.
This is sort of the
Yeah.
Western, view about many things, not viewing it as a holistic issue and getting to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Caleb, what you've offered is, I think, just treating the symptom.
She's doing what she
Here's
can.
a Band-Aid
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah.
Hooks on the wall for your newspapers.
Right.
Obviously, it's a great idea. It's effective,
Yes.
but it doesn't actually get to the source
Right.
of the
But
thing.
she's kind of doing what she can to,
Yeah.
mitigate the issue.
As
she
a
can't
person who's-
call the electrician up.
Her
and
hands are tied.
authorize
Yeah.
this sort of thing.
Right. No.
So she's taking care of her realm.
I would be so interested in seeing just a quick situation, a scenario
Okay.
where a woman calls an electrician.
Oh,
Okay.
I
I'll
would
be the
love to
electrician.
see it.
You want to be the electrician?
Yeah, I'll be the electrician.
I had a feeling Gabe might not want to be the
Um,
woman calling the electrician.
Okay, I'll be the woman.
Okay, fine.
Let's do it.
Weirdo.
Ring, ring.
Yeah, let me use a
Oh.
kind of a.
Do you have a
ringing sound.
zipper sound that would work for a phone ringing?
Okay. He's not
Hello?
picking up.
Oh, sorry. I just have the funniest ringtone. You never would guess what it is.
Does it sound like this?
No, close though.
Okay.
What is that sound? How did they make that sound?
I think it was, I believe, if I'm not misunderstood, sir,
Ma'am.
that it is the
Woman.
sound of one of Mel Blanc's assistants pulling a hair from his head.
From his head.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was a nose hair. But how can I help you?
So, here is the problem. I'm kind of dealing with some shocks at my house.
Okay.
I believe it's electrical related.
Yeah, that's a good place to start for sure. The electricity
Yeah,
in your house, in the walls.
That's where it is.
It's
okay.
coming out where it shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard about this sort of thing happening.
So the electricity's coming out where it shouldn't. Now, why would that happen?
It could just be because of a problem.
Okay, so you think it's because of a problem.
Yeah.
And, that is initially what I thought as well. That this is
You ever thought about getting into the business? That's pretty good for an amateur.
I haven't really thought about it. I've been sort of afraid to call and being kind of big timed by you guys. So it's taken me a lot of time to get around to calling.
Oh,
And
well.
so this is a pleasant surprise for me. To
Yeah.
find out that maybe I have a knack for this.
I think you might. It might be right up your alley. So you said that you got shocked from somewhere you shouldn't be getting shocked. Because there obviously are places in the house where you should get shocked. But
Okay.
that goes without saying.
That might be part of kind of the business stuff that I don't quite understand. I figured
Yeah.
you wanted the electricity to just come out in some spots where it wouldn't ever come into contact
Right.
with a human.
Yeah, and you should get shocked there if that's...
Dang, dude. Who's this on the phone?
Gary, I think we've got a prodigy on the other end here.
Excuse me, sir. Are you still there?
Yeah, just hold on for a second, please.
Okay.
Just a little bit I've been hearing. Whoever this is that you're talking to, serious skills.
Yeah. And you're only hearing one half of the conversation.
Right.
And that's, then you can tell a lot. Actually, why don't you pick up the
Wow.
Pick up the other end.
Excuse me. Okay,
Yes.
just a moment. While they're talking, I think I'm going to go do some cleaning.
Okay,
Oh, yes,
back
you're
on.
back. Sorry, I'm
I
just
brought in my pal here, Gary.
Hey, it's
Okay, just-
Gary.
great. That's great. Can you guys hold for a second? I'm right in the middle of cleaning
Well,
something.
you're okay. What are you cleaning?
I was gonna clean up my dishwasher. The outside of it's a little dirty.
Uh-huh.
I hope. I mean that sounds fine. It doesn't seem like anything negative would happen while you're just cleaning a dishwasher.
Right.
Right. I'm just gonna do that really quick.
Sounds
I'll be right
good.
back. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I just was really impressed
Well,
with
I'm impressed.
she knew a lot about how the electricity
Electricity
shocked her.
works. That there's sometimes there's a problem.
Right.
That was. Did you hear something? Did you hear something just then?
I don't know. I think the line is
Hey.
still. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
guys.
Hey, how
Oh.
you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing okay.
What was that noise?
This is what I've been calling. What I'm calling about is when I clean my kitchen.
Yeah.
Occasionally, occasionally things I touch will shock me. And I figured this was not right.
Yeah, you think it might be because of a problem?
You think it's bad?
I think it's
You
bad.
think you think it shouldn't work that way?
It
Yeah.
shouldn't work this way. I think it might be because of a problem.
This woman is
Just
unbelievable.
the level of insight.
Yeah.
Pure insight.
Well, yeah. So my, I think we are gonna have to send somebody out. Yeah, maybe the whole.
You
Actually,
don't think you could walk me through it?
well, let's give it a shot. Okay.
By the way, I hear. Let's try this.
Okay.
Here's a principle.
Okay.
There's a principle of electricity. There's open circuits and closed circuits.
Right.
You want these circuits to be closed generally.
Right.
And you don't want the electricity to flow through the surface Like it shouldn't be flowing through like the surface
That's
of the object, the appliance.
and that's in every part of the house.
There, I mean, not in every part of the house. There are some places where you do want shocks,
Obviously.
but not generally.
Not
on your,
generally.
like stove or dishwasher.
These kinds of places.
Yeah.
So basically, the problem is here we're getting shocks where we don't want them.
Right.
And if I guess I could kind of problem solve if I could find out where the shocks should be
Yeah.
and see if they're not happening there.
Yeah.
So
It's-
where the shocks should be happening is that sort of. I'm guessing that's kind of the man's part of the house, like in the garage or something like that. Is that where the shocks should be happening?
Yeah, go ahead, Barry.
Okay, Gary. Yeah, the man's part of the house. That's usually where the shocks should happen.
That's where I
Okay.
put them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they're stored in the
Okay.
house.
Okay. So maybe I'm just going to go quickly out there and see if there's any shocks happening out there.
Okay, yeah. Do you have a cordless phone?
Cordless phone.
So we'll be with you the whole time.
We can stay.
Great.
Okay. All right. Here I am in the garage, and I'm
Okay.
looking at the tools, and this does seem. Now it's pretty disorganized.
That's a problem.
Okay.
It's pretty
It
disorganized.
feels like we're getting down to the root of the matter.
Yeah.
Right. There's all of this stuff. It's all just kind of piled up on a table here.
Are there any baskets?
There are some baskets, but
not
there
enough.
is a very concerning lack of hooks.
No hooks. Oh.
0 hooks.
Yeah,
All right.
we see this all the time.
Well, yeah, we're going to have to get a crew out there as soon as we can.
So I could count on you electricians to come out and put some hooks up.
Yeah, we could put some hooks up. We could bring we got a couple good sized baskets in stock right now. We'll bring those over too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that should get everything.
And that's for
That's
keeping
laying a base coat of a solution for
Right.
electrical, like where it's not going to solve everything. You're
Right,
going to have
right.
to not touch your oven or your dishwasher
Right.
until
Which is-
such time as we can, look into, just see how sort of having baskets and hooks will affect things.
And it'll be fine because you're not going to be cooking, so you're not going to be using your dishes, so you don't have to worry
Yes.
about.
Use a dishwasher.
That's
So use
true.
a
That's
dishwasher.
true. I do. Okay.
Just cold cuts.
Cold cuts. So refrigerator's fine.
Actually, scratch that.
Scratch that. Just kind of lukewarm cuts.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Yeah, so that
was helpful.
was really helpful because what we
Yeah.
were wondering, and this is kind of the way that I thought the call might go.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No, I mean this is not in any way a Sorry,
Yeah.
Silly
Serious-
time is over.
Yes. Serious gong.
Yeah.
That's the serious gong.
What I thought might happen is that an electrician wouldn't want to talk to a woman. That was
Yes.
kind of what I expected.
Right.
Like he would hear a woman and then not like the conversation wouldn't go anywhere.
Sure.
In fact, what happened was the conversation with the woman became so convoluted and
Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
It was going in kind of all of these different directions.
Yeah.
We thought maybe there was going to be something develop with sort of her impetuous ability.
Yes.
That like, oh, okay, so maybe this is why a woman shouldn't call, because like her raw natural talent
Right.
will be exploited. Didn't really go in that direction.
No, I mean it sort of did. She kind of brought electricity into
Yeah.
her domain.
yeah. That's true. There's some truth to that, but then there was the whole thing with just the electricians coming out to sort of do some interior decorating and
sort of it was
Marie
surprising.
Kondo kind of
and that's just
or
part
Con
of her, like,
Marie. What is it? What's her name?
Marie Kondo, I believe.
Yeah.
Kondo can't be right.
No, it can't. Yeah. No, I agree.
What?
Is it? What's her name? Con
Marie
Marie?
Kondo.
Oh, Mary Congo?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Mary Kondo.
It's like what I wanted to do after I read that book.
Yeah. Well, she's an electrician,
Congo, the book.
What?
Congo.
Did you know she's an electrician?
No.
She won't shut up about stuff that sparks joy.
Oh yeah,
Very appropriate for this
For
episode.
this episode.
that's true.
It really brings it all together. We
It's
should
true.
probably stop right there.
I wish we could, but we
wish we
can't.
could.
We can't
Simply
stop
can't
Sparks
be
Joy.
helped.
yeah.
Yep. It is true. Things in your home, they can't get rid of that oven now.
No.
Because it sparks joy.
Like maybe replace it. But just hold on to it. Use it as a display.
If they fix the electricity, I think they're going to. They might have to get rid of that.
That's a
that
good point.
new
That's
oven.
just maybe part of it is it's just functioning as kind of a reminder.
Sort of an Ebenezer.
Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting what you kind of find out in these scenes about these different kinds of guys working these different jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you'd be quick to paint sort of when people working in an industry that's as blue collar as electricity and electrician-y and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
electrician-y.
you'd think that they weren't that open-minded or progressive, but I guess
Yeah.
what we found today is that they clearly are.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah,
of
women
those
can
things.
go into STEM,
Yeah,
and that doesn't just mean flower stuff.
Right.
yeah.
No, it could be gardening.
But they do kind of have a crazy level of dominance in florist.
Yes.
Industry.
Oh yeah.
Floral.
The floral arts.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I think so. I think
Yes.
so.
The floral arts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like it is tricky. So his question was, how do you get her to stop doing all this?
He needs his wife to stop buying stuff.
and we haven't really
because-
answered that.
And I want to be really sensitive.
Yes.
They don't have enough money
Yes.
For baskets.
for baskets.
For too many baskets.
and
And,
yeah.
and
Not burning-
burn down their house.
so
That
How much would you pay?
careful question of priorities.
Let's put this in a different kind of context. Let's
Yeah.
say that there's
Right.
a man in your neighborhood who
Yeah.
somehow is legally allowed to
Okay.
burn down a home.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
He's going around home to
It's
home.
a bit
his
of a
name
stretch.
his name is Short.
Okay.
Or reverse electricity. I don't.
Yeah.
We could. Let's
Yeah.
think of a better name for him actually right now.
Arnie Arson.
Arnie. Well, no.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's too on the nose.
Okay. Sorry. Jeez.
Just Caleb, true master of yes hand.
Well, you know.
Well, it's just I was trying to get it a little bit away from there, where he's like
Yeah, yeah.
electrical. His
I see.
name's Volt.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Volt. Okay.
No, you're right. That's much better.
So it's just like Bono, just one name.
It's a
Volt.
mononym.
Yeah.
A mononym.
His
Okay.
name is Volt. Look, he's a strange guy. He's gotten
Yeah.
license
you're
from
right.
the city to threaten to burn out people.
Volt is much better than Arnie Arson.
And this is just part
Yeah.
of kind of a government program to take people
Oh my
and
gosh.
reintroduce them into society in an acceptable.
Yes.
I can't believe that I went with Arnie Arson and not Bernie Arson.
Bernie Volt.
Yeah, Bernie Volt.
Volt.
Okay.
We wish we could do that, but we
There
already
we go.
established
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
Volt.
one
It
name.
only took.
like
yeah.
Prince.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the name on the license is Volt. So it's too late.
So he drives up. Volt drives up, knocks on your door. He says, "Listen, as you can see here, I'm allowed to burn down your home.
I have a license for
I
that.
have a
I have a
license.
license for this."
Ma'am, I've got a license. He's like
I'm here to
FBI.
burn down your
open.
house.
Yeah, he flips open a wallet
Yeah,
like an FBI
yeah.
agent, and it just it's like it's undeniable.
Sorry.
It's like-
Call
he
this
starts-
number if you
yeah.
have any questions.
He starts looking around your home. But he comes and he says, "Listen, and I won't do this. I won't burn down your house if you pay me $10,000."
Wow. So this is just,
Would you pay him that money? To keep your home. He's not allowed to come back for several months.
after you pay.
I'm so confused about how this.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I'm saying, how much money would you pay He's not okay. You know what? Let's
Okay. Okay.
Look here.
I feel like
I forgot. Honestly, I forgot that we weren't in this silly time.
Okay.
So we
But
were
we're back.
serious. Now we're back. In
We're
silly
back in
time.
silly time.
silly time.
But I do. Sorry, I do want to make a serious point.
Okay.
So let's say he's not allowed to ever come back. You can pay him once, and now he's not allowed to burn down your house
Okay.
ever.
Why are you
It would
laughing?
be illegal. I'm sorry. He would. So how much would you pay him? He's like,
Right.
we'll do this. Maybe he's got different tiers.
Mm.
$5,000 gets you 6 months.
Just burn your kitchen.
Yeah. Right.
yeah, just your kitchen. Or it's like $5,000 gets you 6 months.
I see.
10,000 gets you a
Time frames.
year. 20,000 no gets you 5 years. Whatever.
How
It's
about how about
tiered
how about
out.
Yeah.
how about
Lifetime.
$6,000 gets you 6 months?
Oh, there you go.
$10,000 gets you a year.
We
You
could
get a
do
little
that.
bit of a deal.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
that's
there
annual,
you go.
Buy in
so
bulk.
I like
this is,
that.
This is
Yeah.
how
I
you
like
motivate
that.
people to
Yep.
So you get that
go
extra
to-
$4,000.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to be back
Yeah.
in
He's
6
like,
months.
how much does it cost? Yeah. How much does it cost me to not burn down
Yeah.
someone's
Okay, please can we start to see how this connects? How these
saying,
things plug
how
in.
much would you pay this man
Yeah.
to keep your home?
Yeah. Right. It's like,
There's almost no upper limit. I mean, it would obviously the value
Yeah.
of your home is probably the upper limit.
Sure,
if he
right, that's
asked you to repurchase your home,
right.
to not burn down your home, you might opt for something else.
Yeah.
I need you to take out, now you're going to be carrying 2 mortgages.
right.
One's with me.
One's for you to own the house, and one is for me to not burn down your house.
And they're the same amount every month.
Yeah.
So you just doubled your monthly housing payment.
Yeah, you really wish this guy hadn't figured out how to do this.
I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about how glad I am that this guy's not real.
But the
His
truth
name
is,
is Volt. He is
but the
kind
truth
of real.
is that for some people, Joy and Steven,
Yeah.
he is real.
Yeah,
Volt
right.
is real.
It's a real threat.
So it is kind of like
There does need to be a gamified. Sorry to dig into this further. There does need to be a certain kind of randomized aspect to this because it's not like Bernie Volt. He
Right.
says, "I'm going to unless you pay
Just
X amount
Volt.
of money."
That's just Volt.
it's just
Sorry.
Volt.
Volt.
Yeah.
Is going to burn your house down. So there's no. But with Stephen and Joy's situation, it's just that it's a very real likelihood.
Okay, how about this? How about this? Bernie Volt comes in and goes, if you don't pay me,
Right.
and I see you touch 2 metal objects, I will burn your house down.
I'm so loath to go deeper.
Bit of a Goldilocks, this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah.
but is he? So he's just hanging out in the home now.
He's just in the walls.
I mean, that's what you really.
Yeah.
That's the other part. That's like, oh my gosh, he's allowed to do this.
Yes. Can you believe we live in this kind of society?
Yeah.
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 I'm
Things
just
have
saying,
gone
make
off
it
the
to make
rails.
it more like that random, whatever. He's just kind of keeping an eye on you.
Yeah.
You're over there
Yeah.
cooking dinner,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Don't touch 2 metal objects.
Yep.
2 metal appliances, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that
Now
you
we
would,
can.
you would probably pay that man to a considerable sum of money.
Yes. Right. I think your point
Yeah.
for all of our ins and outs kind of does stand.
Ultimately.
You know,
Yeah.
you can pay for, you can have freedom or safety.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
freedom to have your $10,000.
Freedom is
do
not
something
free.
else with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom is not free.
Right? That's true too. That's kind
Yeah.
of going back the opposite way. But
Yeah.
you can
That's true.
you,
That's true.
you can have the freedom of having your money,
Yeah.
or you can pay for the safety of your family.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I meant was safety is not free.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It costs freedom
Yeah, right. It
and
costs-
money in this.
costs
Yeah,
10,000
yeah.
freedoms.
$10,000 unless you do it every 6 months.
Yes.
$6,000.
Guys.
So where did we land on this, guys? How do you? What is it?
So the real question is,
Order of
how do you
prime-
get your wife?
Oh, okay.
Which we have not really dealt
No.
with at all.
No.
How do you get your wife to stop buying things
Mm.
so that you can pay
Yeah,
to have your home safened?
yeah. Most truly effective solutions,
Yeah.
I think, do equate to financial abuse. So
Yeah.
it should not be offered here.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
not be
no,
supported.
no. I don't think we should do that.
Like,
You mean like limiting, giving her an allowance of some kind?
Yeah, or like
something,
just canceling her card or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
They're
don't
like
do
we
that.
don't do that.
No.
That's not good. Don't do that.
But allowance might be good.
Yeah, or you could set a savings goal for baskets.
Yes,
That's good.
Allowance, more money for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Explain.
Oh, just my wife
Allowance,
doesn't
more
have
money.
unlimited money.
Oh,
Oh,
I see, I
yeah,
see.
like
Now
you
there's-
have.
Yep.
Yeah, like I have unlimited of my own money.
Right.
All of
I
my
could-
money that I'm not giving to my wife is mine.
Totally mine.
I can have as much of my money as I want.
Not true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to pay Volt every freaking 6 months.
Yeah, that's tricky. I mean, I feel like if you don't want her to spend that money and
Yeah.
it is mainly hooks she's buying,
Mhm.
as we did kind of determine,
Yeah.
you can make hooks.
Yeah.
Man,
That's true.
A man can make
Teach-
hooks.
Yeah. It's, teach a man to make a hook.
Yeah.
He'll be able to hang up some newspapers.
Newspapers for the rest of his life.
Yeah, these newspapers aren't just
That
hanging
is-
there for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's in the Declaration of Independence, right?
Yeah, something. That's where it
Yeah.
ended. That's
Yeah.
where it was pointing to.
The pursuit of
Yeah.
Pursuit of happiness.
That's making hooks. To hang newspapers.
The pursuit of happiness, parentheses, hanging newspapers.
Parentheses, hanging newspapers on the wall with hooks
Yeah.
/ charging people to not burn down their homes.
Close-
But
close
really,
parentheses.
there does have to be some kind of agreement struck between the husband and the wife of what the priorities are going to be.
Yeah. One other quick thing about Bolt. If you don't pay him, the insurance company knows.
Yeah.
And they are insistent that you have to pay this crazy amount of fire insurance.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just another little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth it.
So you're
Um,
saying it's best to just pay him.
Just pay him.
Pay him. You
Your-
better hope that when he knocks
Your
on your
insurance
door.
premiums will be much less
Yeah.
too. There's other costs incurred by not paying him besides your home
Yeah, just get ahead of
potentially
it.
being burned down.
Just get ahead of it.
Don't understand. I guess I don't know. I guess this is more advanced
Yeah.
than I am with these answering techniques.
Wow, Gabe, that is true humility, and I'm glad to see
I
it.
learned it from Steven. So
Yeah, right. But ultimately, we do have to. There does have to be an agreement between the husband and the wife.
yeah,
What the priorities are going to be.
Yep.
Is organization the true priority, or is not burning down the house? And I think that in my experience, most women are so uninterested in being burned alive in their sleep.
yeah, right.
That really will sort
Yeah.
of captivate
And
the
it's
mind.
it's hard.
will.
You don't want to speak about gender in such broad terms necessarily, but I think in this case it.
Gender? You mean like the like words, or do you mean
No,
sex?
I mean sex. I guess.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that women,
Right.
You don't want to make broad statements
No.
about women necessarily, but I think it is probably
No.
safe to say that a good proportion, large proportion of them would like to
Yeah.
not be
right.
You don't
burned,
like,
burned
Yeah,
in their
it's-
bed.
you don't want to make broad statements about
Broad
Broads.
statements.
No, I would
About
never
chicks?
use that word. Oh, okay. I would never talk about birds like that.
So yeah, that's. I mean, it seems now that we've gone through all this, it seems kind of obvious.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could compromise.
You could. You think you could compromise? What would a
Be like,
compromise look
let's
like?
buy some less hooks,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get some of the electricity taken care of.
Yeah.
Right. Like, okay, cool. And in some ways it might, let's say your stove is on one side and your refrigerator's on the other. You're unlikely to touch both your stove and your refrigerator.
Right.
So let's not worry about that.
I think the main problem was the hood, which is electrified, and then the oven.
Yeah.
And those do have to be near each other.
You don't. Yeah. So you don't have to fix
Yeah.
the entire problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Just some of it.
Just a
Start
little bit.
to
of,
address it.
Yeah.
And would a house that is organized well,
Yeah.
with hooks for newspapers on the wall, baskets,
Yeah.
Yes.
would that burn faster or slower than a disorganized house?
Slower.
You think?
I think it would be slower. You just have less of the generalized chaos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things aren't touching each other so much.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know if maybe this was Joy's own way of, like we discussed.
Yeah. Another
Preventative
option.
measure.
Another
Right.
option I
Right.
think is try to see if you can get your wife to make a call to an electrician. Maybe she is
True.
something of a prodigy.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yep.
she can get hired
Yes.
as an electrician, and then you can get employee discounts
On
to
fixing
fixing
your own home.
your own home.
And this is the thing. She has probably learned a little bit more about electricity. She's definitely more acquainted with it.
Yes.
And I
There's-
think some of that kind of gets into you.
Some of the learning, it's people, we have such kind of an abstract perspective on what learning is.
Yeah.
Right.
So much of learning is really really hands-on.
Yes.
Right.
And it's like actually doing it. So if you want to
Quickly.
get to know,
Hands on, hands off.
hands off, don't get stuck.
Right,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes.
Right.
Don't get stuck learning too much.
Right. Right. Because you can really only absorb so much.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want
She
to
could
learn
be a
so much
prodigy.
that
Yeah.
your heart stops.
Right.
Or,
you
your organs
or your organs
get
are
cooked.
Are cooked.
Yeah, that you become an oven.
Yep.
And
You become
yeah.
an oven.
So the recommendation is
Yeah, you're trying to be an electrician, not an oven.
Right.
to condo this. Just
Yeah.
walk around and see what sparks joy.
Yes.
Just touch stuff.
That's true. You can do
That's
that
really
quickly.
good, Gabe.
Thank you.
Yep.
I needed to try
No,
it out again.
It was good. I do want to real quick. I had kind of an aphorism to kind of sum up here.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you.
I think some think they deserve not to get a shock. Well, some people prefer not being dead in a casket. Wives must weigh buying boards marked with chalk. They may trade their lives for a cute wicker basket. Dune.
Thank you.
It's like wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
wisdom from the desert.
Yeah. Desert wisdom.
It's like a quote from Princess Irulan.
Yes.
I was going back and forth with my wife. We're making up different book names that she's quoting.
Oh, that's
from.
good.
Yeah, that
That's
is
good.
fun. Man,
My daddy, Muad'Dib.
we love Dune. We're Dune guys.
Dune
now.
boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get with the program.
All right, time to leave.
And we also we love you guys, and
And if you want to send in
yeah,
a question of your own, you can send that to advancedansweringtechniques@gmail.com
You could also send us a voicemail on Instagram.
on Instagram.
And we've already gotten one. Don't feel like we haven't gotten it.
Yep.
I haven't replied to you, but
No.
we got it.
It's a very short one.
it's a very short
It
one.
is.
We don't
And-
actually know how to get it from the computer, from the phone to the computer.
Yeah.
That's confusing.
But thank you very much. Guys, anything else that we need to cover here? We've got a song. Again, the song this is not meant to be directed at Stephen and Joy. It's just kind of fictional, using some of the ideas, because it does treat these characters as though they're quite poor.
Oh, okay.
right.
And I
Yeah.
did not want that to be
No.
Yes.
no, that's not directed, making
But yeah, sometimes it's best. It's easier to talk about something if it's like exaggerated,
Exaggerated.
kind of a larger
like-
than life.
yeah, it's like-
sense.
sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
So anyway,
So they're like really poor in the song.
Yeah.
We love their love, though.
Yes. Okay.
We love their love. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my Jenny, I ain't got too many dollar bills or ripening wills. Every cent we spend ain't free. Every dollar can only be blown once to the blue. It's tough, but it's time you knew it. But dollars are a dime, a dozen, and you're the only girl I buy an oven. Just so as you know, you got the place, hun. Naomi made one. Want you to know, you got the face, sweet. You're the only one for me. Top priority. Oh, fine Jenny, we got less than plenty, but your 2 arms are better than 20. We're not titled, we're not wealthy, but you got my name and you sure look healthy. You got those dark brown eyes, you got that Swan Lake neck. You look better than a welfare check. Just so as you know, you got the place, hun. They